a Cowboy Bebop for me. Thanks.
It's a standalone episode.
Alright. If I must have computer systems with publicly available terminals, the maps they display of my complex will have a room clearly marked as the main control room. That room will be the execution chamber. The actual main control room will be marked as sewage overflow containment. Yeah.
That is a good idea.
66. My security keypad will actually be a fingerprint scanner. Anyone who watches someone press a sequence of buttons or adjusts the pad for fingerprints, then subsequently tries to enter by repeating that sequence will trigger the alarm system. Okay.
Yeah, that seems fairly reasonable, assuming you can have a fingerprint scanner smart enough to recognize only your own guys, but... How would that work against gloves?
Yeah, but you know what? Even fingerprint scanners can be gotten around fairly easily. Metal Gear Solid 2, for example. You just knock someone out and press their hand against the fingerprint scanner.
Lone Star did that in Spaceballs as well. He just knocked the guy out and pressed his hand against the scanner.
On the other hand, if the person who can access the fingerprint scanner happens to be inside the room at the time, that would probably screw things up a bit.
Nah. Then you play the waiting game. Number 67. No matter how many shorts we have in the system, my guards will be instructed to treat every surveillance camera malfunction as a full-scale emergency.
Yeah, you know what? Solid Snake would never make it 2 hours into a game if that were.
He wouldn't make it 5 steps into a game.
A surveillance camera? No. That would actually. Yeah. You know what? That's.
Shadow Moses, it's the first freaking room. 68. I will spare someone who saved my life sometime in the past. This is only reasonable as it encourages others to do so. However, this offer is good one time only. If they want me to spare them again, they'd better save my life again.
Yeah, definitely.
And that seems like a fair trade if you're the Evil Overlord.
Then again, if you're the really evil overlord, you might not care.
Well, it depends on who the person is. If it's the hero who did that, then you let them die. If it's a friend of yours, then yeah, by all means, save them.
69. All midwives will be banned from the realm. All babies will be delivered at state-approved hospitals. Orphans will be placed in foster homes, not abandoned in the woods to be raised by creatures of the wild. Yeah. That's actually not something I would... apart from the midwives being banned from the realm, that's not that evil.
That's just, I guess, being a better ruler, but doesn't necessarily make you evil.
That's just kingly. Yeah. 70. When my guards split up to search for intruders, they will always travel in groups of at least 2. They will be trained so that if one of them disappears mysteriously while on patrol, the other will immediately initiate an alert and call for backup instead of quizzically peering around a corner.
Every spy movie and game ever. Every Batman movie ever.
You know what's even dumber? In Metal Gear Solid, even in Metal Gear Solid 4, which should have the best AI out of all of them, but they still do that. They're still rock stupid. If you knock someone out with a tranquilizer gun, someone will actually walk over to them before sounding an alert. At which point you knock them out with a tranquilizer gun. Wait for someone else to notice that, and you just pick them off one by one without moving from your little tuft of grass. Yeah.
71. If I decide to test a lieutenant's loyalty and see if he or she should be a trusted lieutenant, I will have a crack squad of marksmen standing by in case the answer is no. I guess, although that would make the lieutenant you're testing a bit suspicious of you, but...
wait a second. Squadron of marksmen out of sight, but I'm not quite getting this. How do you test a lieutenant's loyalty? Oh, wait, I get you. Oh, I see. Alright, yeah, I'm sorry. That just took a little while to penetrate the old noggin. 70, 72. If all the heroes are standing together around a strange device and begin to taunt me, I will pull out a conventional weapon instead of using my unstoppable super weapon on them. Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Instead of using my obelisk to straight out summon my 3 blue-eyed fairy dragons. Are you sure you don't want to use the obelisk? No. Blue-eyed fairy dragon, go.
Yeah. But what obvious trap is obvious, and you shouldn't need a divine revelation to realize that.
The rules had just been screwed. Let's see.
Alright.
73. I will not agree to let the heroes go free if they win a rigged contest, even though my advisors assure me it is impossible for them to win. At that point, you just shoot them.
Yeah. Sounds like something Dr. Eggman would probably do.
Yeah.
Okay, 74. When I create a multimedia presentation of my plan designed so that my 5-year-old advisor can easily understand the details, I will not label the desk Project Overlord and leave it lying on top of my desk.
Or leave it in the file on my computer named Project Overlord.
Instead,
I'll label it my vacation photos and put it in the pictures tab.
My vacation photos. That's probably. Yeah. 75. I will instruct my legions of terror to attack the hero en masse, instead of standing around waiting while the members break off and attack 1 or 2 at a time.
The Bruce Lee movie.
Didn't that happen at the end of Crisis Core? I mean, Zack died in the end anyway, but still. I mean, you have, like, a whole army of Shinra troopers standing in a group in the background, and you fight 3 or 4 at a time.
That's also a cliche of every kung fu movie ever made. 76. If the hero runs up to my roof, I will not run up after him and struggle with him and attempt to push him over the edge. I will also not engage him at the edge of a cliff. In the middle of a rope bridge over a river at molten lava is not even worth considering.
Actually,
Temple of Doom.
Oh, yes, that's what I was trying to think of. It's like, for some reason, the only thing that came to mind immediately was Wild Wild West, and that doesn't really count for much.
Yeah, Temple of Doom is the big one.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to follow Indiana Jones onto this rope bridge over a massive cliff over crocodiles. This can't possibly go wrong.
Yeah, well, on the other hand, you don't often expect the hero to be that daring. But then again,
no, the hero is always that daring because he's the hero.
Yeah.
77. If I have a fit of temporary sanity and decide to give the hero the chance to reject the job as my trusted lieutenant, I'll retain enough sanity to wait until my current trusted lieutenant is out of earshot before making the offer.
Yeah. 78. I will not tell my legions of terror, and he must be taken alive. The command will be, and try to take him alive if it is reasonably practical. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would save a lot of hassle later on for most of these guys.
79. If my Doomsday device happens to come with a reverse switch, as soon as it has been employed, it will be melted down and made into limited edition commemorative coins.
Yeah. Or just make it explode the second it does go into reverse. 80. If my weakest troops fail to eliminate the hero, I will send out my best troops instead of wasting time with progressively stronger ones as he gets closer and closer to my fortress. How to stop an RPG hero 101.
Yeah, you know what? The level 5 hero gets faced by a level 75 boss at the beginning of the game. They're fucked.
Now. 81. If I am fighting with the hero atop a moving platform, have disarmed him and about to finish him off, and he glances behind me and drops flat, I too will drop flat instead of quizzically turning around to find what he saw. Yeah, definitely.
82. I will not